Did you know that with just 100 layers, you can build a profitable poultry business if you plan it properly? Many people believe you need thousands of birds to make money, but that's not true. Even a small flock can cover its costs, earn you steady income, and give you room to grow. In this video, I'm going to take you through a simple, step-by-step business plan for 100 layers. By the end, you'll know exactly how to set up, manage, and grow your farm without wasting money. Now here's what usually happens. Many beginners rush into poultry farming without a clear plan. They buy chicks quickly, spend money randomly, and never calculate their feed or expenses. After a few months, they realize they're losing money and give up. But if you start with a good plan, even 100 birds can make your farm sustainable and profitable. The very first step is to give your farm an identity. Treat it like a business, no matter how small it is. Choose a simple name that people can easily remember. For example, Nice Layers Poultry Farm. If possible, register your business officially. This not only builds trust with buyers, but also opens up more opportunities in the future. The second step is to make sure customers can reach you. Don't overthink it. Start with the basics: a phone number, a WhatsApp line, or even a simple Facebook page. The easier it is for people to contact you, the easier it will be for you to sell. Remember, people buy from farms they trust. So start building that trust from day one. Once your farm has an identity, you also need direction. This comes from your vision and mission. Think of these as your guiding lights. Your vision is what you want to achieve in the long run. For example, to supply fresh, healthy eggs to families in my community regularly. Your mission is how you'll achieve that vision. For example, we produce safe and nutritious eggs daily by keeping healthy birds and using clean, sustainable methods. It may sound simple, but your vision and mission set the tone for how you run your farm and how people see your business. They give you clarity, and when things get tough, as they sometimes do in farming, they remind you why you started. Now that your farm has an identity, the next step is to set clear goals. Goals are what keep you focused and help you measure your progress. Without them, it's easy to get distracted or lose track, and in poultry farming, that usually leads to losses. The best way to set goals is by using SMART goals. That means your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Let's see how this works for a farm with 100 layers. Your short-term goal could be to reach at least an 80% laying rate within the first 6 months. That means out of your 100 birds, at least 80 should be laying eggs consistently. That's a clear and measurable target you can track. Your medium-term goal could focus on building a steady customer base. For example, in your first year, you might aim to have at least 30 households buying your eggs regularly. That way, you're not relying on random buyers. You already know where your eggs are going. And your long-term goal could be expansion. Maybe within 2 to 3 years, you want to grow your flock from 100 to 250 layers while maintaining the same quality and trust with your customers. When you set goals this way, you're not just dreaming, you're creating a plan you can follow step by step. Now let's talk about income streams. Even with 100 layers, your farm can make money in more than one way. Of course, eggs are your main product. At an average 80% laying rate, that's around 80 eggs per day or about 2,400 eggs per month. That's a solid source of income on its own. But there's more. After 1 or 2 years, when your layers slow down in production, you don't throw them away. You can sell these spent hens for meat. This gives you extra cash that you can use to restock younger birds and continue your cycle of production. You can also make money from poultry manure. It's an excellent organic fertilizer, and some local farmers will pay for it. While it might not be common, it's an extra option that adds value to your farm. At this stage, it's all about understanding your potential. You're not yet dealing with exact numbers or costs. That comes later. Here, it's about knowing what your farm can do and how many ways you can make money. Once you have that clear, the next steps, marketing, management, and finances will be much easier. Now that you know your goals and your potential income streams, it's time to think about selling your eggs. Because producing eggs is only half the work, the other half is making sure people actually buy them. Marketing isn't just for big companies. It's essential even for a small farm like yours. The first step is to identify your buyers. Who in your community needs eggs every day? Think about families, local shops, small restaurants, or food vendors. These people will become your regular customers if you reach them in the right way. Once you know your buyers, the next step is letting them know you exist, and you don't need fancy advertising for this. Start simple. Tell your friends and neighbors, join local WhatsApp groups, or even create a small Facebook page for your farm. These small actions can bring in your first loyal customers faster than you might expect. Consistency is the secret to keeping them. If people know know they can count on you to deliver fresh eggs regularly, they will stick with you. One effective way to do this is to offer subscription packages. For example, a family could pay weekly or monthly for a set number of trays, and you deliver them on agreed days. This gives you steady, predictable income instead of relying on random buyers. The most important thing is relationships. Treat your customers well, deliver fresh eggs, and be reliable. Even if someone else sells at a slightly lower price, people will often stay loyal because they trust you and like the way you do business. At this stage, you are not yet worrying about exact costs or profits that comes later with tools like the feed calculator and the Poultry Pro Planner. Right now, focus on knowing who will buy your eggs, how to reach them, and how to make them repeat customers. With strong customer relationships, your farm will have a solid foundation for growth. Now that you know who will buy your eggs, it's time to set up your farm. The good news is, with just 100 layers, you don't need anything complicated. You can keep it simple but still very effective. The first thing is housing. Your birds need a safe, comfortable place to live. For 100 layers, a small poultry shed of about 20 square meters is enough. Use a deep litter system. This means spreading wood shavings or rice husks on the floor for the birds to live on. Make sure the shed is well ventilated so air can flow freely, and protect it from predators like dogs, cats, or snakes. A clean and safe house is the foundation of a healthy, productive flock. Next is feeding and watering. With 100 birds, you can start with manual feeders and drinkers. Keep their water clean and provide enough feed every day. If feed is inconsistent, egg production will drop, so planning is key. Layers also need proper lighting. They require about 14 to 16 hours of light every day to lay consistently. If natural sunlight isn't enough, you can add simple bulbs in the evening. It doesn't cost much, but it helps maintain steady production. Health is another critical factor. Vaccinate your birds, deworm them regularly, and always keep the coop clean. Diseases can wipe out your flock very quickly, and a sick flock is one of the fastest ways to lose money. Prevention is always cheaper and easier than treatment. Now, if you're wondering how much feed to give your birds per day, per week, or for the entire laying cycle, I've prepared a feed calculator in Excel. This tool makes planning easy. You simply enter the number of birds, and it automatically calculates exactly how much feed you need per day, per week, per month, and for the whole production cycle. There's even a manual version if you prefer. With this tool, you can plan ahead, reduce waste, and make sure your birds are eating the right amounts every day. You'll find the download links in the description below. By focusing on proper housing, feeding, lighting, and health, and using the feed calculator to plan daily needs, you're setting your farm up for consistent production and long-term success. Now that your farm is set up and your birds are healthy, it's time to look at the financial side. After all, poultry farming is a business, and knowing your numbers is the key to success. Let's start with startup costs. These are the things you spend on once at the beginning. Building your poultry house, buying 100 point-of-lay hens or day-old chicks, feeders, drinkers, lighting, and basic medicines. These are investments you make so your farm can run smoothly. Then there are monthly operating costs. Feed is the biggest expense, so you need to plan for it carefully. You'll also have water and electricity for lighting, and miscellaneous costs like transport, medicine, and vaccines. Planning these costs in advance ensures you won't be surprised later. Next is revenue. At an 80% laying rate, 100 layers produce around 2,400 eggs per month. If you sell each egg at 10 cents, that's roughly $240 per month. Later, income from spent hens can add extra profit. With good management, most small farms recover their initial investment within 10 to 13 months. To make all of this easier, I use a tool called the Poultry Pro Planner. It's a fully automated Excel tool that calculates everything for you: expenses, revenue, profit, recommended house size, and all the equipment you need. The best part is that you only enter your data once in the dashboard sheet: the number of birds, feed prices, chick price, egg tray price, monthly miscellaneous costs, and labor cost if any. Once that's done, all other sheets update automatically. For example, in the dashboard, you enter 100 layer birds, starter feed at 70 cents, grower feed at 60 cents, layer feed at 50 cents, chick price at $1.50, egg tray price at $3.30, miscellaneous monthly costs at $14, and labor cost as 0 since 100 birds are manageable. Then the planner calculates your total feed cost, chick cost, miscellaneous cost, and shows your expected revenue, total expenses, and profit. It even shows the percentage profit you can expect. The planner also guides you on the structure and equipment needed. It tells you that for 100 layers, you need a 20 square meter house and all the recommended equipment. Daily records, a feed program, and an egg production sheet help you track your flock easily. With this tool, you can plan your farm confidently, knowing exactly what to expect before you spend a single dollar. You'll see clearly how your farm can make money, and you'll avoid the mistakes that many beginners make. The download link is in the description below, and that's your complete step-by-step business plan for a 100-layer poultry farm. By giving your farm an identity, setting clear goals, creating multiple income streams, marketing smartly, managing your birds well, and tracking your finances with the help of these tools, even a small flock can generate reliable income. To make it even easier, I've prepared a free business plan template you can download from the description and customize for your own farm. It's simple, practical, and you can adjust it as your farm grows. In the next video, I will break down a full budget proposal for a poultry farm. Tell me the number of birds you want me to focus on and which breed I should use. Comment your choice below, and in 3 days, I'll go with the majority vote to make the video exactly how you want it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. This budget breakdown will give you everything you need to start your farm confidently.